In the world of dating, if you are experiencing anxiety over things that are happening or not happening on social media, your friends and family might tell you to relax. Social media is not a big deal. It doesn't matter. But me, personally, I believe in 2023, social media is a love language all its own. Whether people are aware of it or not, they communicate all kinds of things about themselves and how they feel about you using social media. And you never know what you could accidentally be communicating about yourself if you're not careful. There was plenty of things I was doing wrong on social media that was probably costing me potential relationships that may have turned into something. And if this sounds like something you've been struggling with, then grab a bottle of nail polish. Let me know in the comments what color you are showing your self-love with today, and let's talk. First and foremost, if you want the number one easiest way to figure out if someone has at least a little bit of interest in you, let them friend you on social media. Let them follow you. Let them do the work to find you. Now they're already investing their time in you. I feel this is true, especially if you're a woman. I don't have an issue with guys pursuing women and friending them. I feel like that's sort of more the natural order of things. If you're a guy, go ahead. Pursue the girl that you like. Send her a friend request. If she doesn't accept your friend request, that's your answer right there. You can move on. You just saved yourself a lot of time. And if she does accept your friend request, make sure you don't completely bombard her and flood her with memes and tags and posts and comments. If she doesn't know you that well and she's on the fence about whether or not she likes you, you're going to scare her off right off the bat. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot right when you've gotten it in the door. But ladies, I will say to you, any guy I was ever interested in where I sought him out on social media and sent him a friend request, even if he accepted it, those relationships never worked out. They started out as me as the pursuer, and maybe they might have had some interest in me, but because I was always the pursuer, I never knew where I stood with the other person, and then my anxiety would take over my brain, which I'm sure came out in my actions and my comments. It's a complete turnoff, and that's how I'm sure I have sabotaged myself on social media with people that might have potentially been interested in me. The first time I had what I would consider to be a high quality guy approach me and say, hey, what's your social media handle? Let me friend you on Facebook. And he ended up following me on Instagram. It felt fantastic. And you know what? Maybe it took a few months of getting to know him for him to approach me and ask me to be friends on social media. Who cares? Because high quality guys like that, where you know they're at least somewhat interested in having you in their life, those are the guys worth waiting for. If you are the one who continues to always pursue people and pursue friendships and pursue relationships, you will never know where you stand with people. The anxiety will get to you. It'll come out in your actions, and it'll bite you in the butt in your relationships. When someone that you like really shows reciprocal interest by actually following you on social media, these are the moments when you know that you're getting better at your actions in dating. They feel so good that once you start to experience them more and more, you'll never go back to what you're doing before. You know what I stopped doing? If I was interested in a guy that I was friends with on like Facebook, which was probably initiated by me, they'd post pictures of themselves, kind of bragging on themselves. And there'd be 20 girls lined up to tell him how good he looks or way to go. And I used to be one of them. I used to be one of their many fans. Guys and girls are both like this. Girls will post something and you'll always see a slew of guys commenting fire emojis. But you know what? Sometimes it's the people that don't do what everyone else does that stand out the most. One of the biggest mistakes I used to make on social media was when I would go out on a first or second date with a guy, and then I wanted to respect his boundaries, because when you tag somebody in something, a lot of times it posts to their page. So I would message them and say, hey, is it okay if I tag us on this date, this place we went to? And even if they said yes, it still kind of leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth. It's like, right off the bat, you're in the weaker position. You're asking what you can post on your own page, and you're asking this person if it's okay if you exist in their life. And what's really embarrassing is just foreshadowing for the rest of our dating relationship. I was always the pursuer. We'd go on a couple of dates. He wouldn't be interested in me anymore. And then he would end up taking the photos down off of his social media, which is embarrassing and does not feel good. And it wreaks havoc on your confidence and self-esteem, which you bring into your next dating relationship. Bad cycle. Let me give you an example of a girl I once knew. She'd been dating a guy for a couple of months. And one of the things I noticed is he never changed his status on his Facebook to in a relationship. Now they were dating and they were sleeping together, but he hadn't gotten to the point where he was changing that status. They went out one day and she tagged them in a post. It showed up on his Facebook page, and then all of a sudden, all of his friends and family were like, wow, what a cute couple. Congratulations. And I feel like because it wasn't something that he announced himself, all of a sudden he's getting attention, like they're official and they're, oh gosh, people were calling them boyfriend and girlfriend. And I saw this and I was like, this isn't going to end well, because I knew he didn't treat her like he was serious about her, and he was a little bit on the fence. Oh yeah, 2 weeks later he broke up with her because it totally freaked him out. It wasn't his announcement to the world that I am with this girl. It was her trying to push herself onto his social media account, and it did not end well for her. And you know what? It never ended well for me either when I would do those kinds of things. Another thing I stopped doing that I feel like was really sabotaging my dating life right out of the gate was once I did become friends or connected with someone on social media, I stopped tagging them in things, or if they would post something, just constantly commenting on it. Constantly trying to be funny, trying to be cute, look at me, look at me. I didn't realize this at the time, but that's what it looks like. And I feel like I was really accidentally, because I certainly wasn't aware of my actions at the time, I was oversaturating people with my presence. I just was. And I don't do any of it anymore. And I do not ignore people. That's the difference. You will also shoot yourself in the foot if you're playing so hard to get that you don't even respond to these guys. People like to feel like they have a chance, but there's still a little bit of a chase. If a guy tags me in something, I will respond to it. If they comment on something, I will respond to it. And I'm not talking about friends. Genuine friends, go crazy. But if it's a guy you like, wait and see if he actually seeks you out on social media. And then if he tags or comments, then comment back. But don't put too much thought into it. Thumbs up. Trust me. Leave him little signs that you are interested, but you're not desperate. Oh, this also goes for men and women as far as taking photos down. Taking photos down to communicate that you're not interested and you're keeping your options open is one thing. If you are involved in dating someone who's hot and cold, photos go down 1 week, they come up the next, you get in a fight, the photos go down, that person is going to give you a lot of drama and a lot of heartburn. I would recommend doing anything you can to stay out of relationships like that. One of the biggest things that I no longer do with my dating life and social media that I feel communicates insecurity, I 100% stopped asking people I was dating to post pictures of us up on any kind of their social media. I dated a man for a year and we were dating. We were seeing each other on the weekends. We were sleeping together. Maybe weren't in a serious relationship, but we certainly had a relationship. Well, after a few months, people would be out, they'd take pictures of us, but he would never post them on his social media, even if he tagged himself in the place that we went. Now, my first mistake was nagging at him. Why don't you post it? Why don't you just post it? No way, no more. What I should have done and stepped back and thought about, well, why won't he post it? We've been dating for a year. Why aren't we in a serious relationship? Because it wasn't because of me. I liked him a lot. I wanted our pictures to go online. Now, here's what he would say to me. He would say, Oh, you're making too big of a deal about it. You're overthinking it. Social media is fake. Social media doesn't matter. But it's not like he wasn't on social media. He had no problem tagging himself in places that he was, or posting pictures up every week of him and his friends out together. And also, if I'm overthinking it and it's not a big deal, then why couldn't he post one photo of us up on Facebook? Especially if he knew that it was bothering me. If you care about someone and something's bothering them, you want to make it better for them because you care about them. And honestly, if he cared anything for me in that year that we were dating, it would have been no problem for him to post a picture of us because he had no problem posting pictures of everyone else. This is a man I should not have nagged and pursued and chased to validate our relationship. I should have gotten on with my life because, ladies, the year that I dated this guy, I was 29. I gave this guy who wasn't serious about our relationship the last beautiful year of my 20s. And you know what? I regret it. I wish I had seen these signs sooner. I wish I knew how to navigate the dating world and social media sooner. All I can do now is have this channel and post these videos and try to help you find people that really enjoy your presence faster. So when you are beautiful and in your 20s or whatever age you are, it doesn't matter your age. It matters how you act. If you act the right way dating, you will have a more fun, fulfilling dating life with higher quality people. I am telling you, when it comes to social media, men and women, less is more. Look at this. It's called Off Grid by ILNP. And you know what? It just seemed a little appropriate for the subject today. My name is Maria Adriana. You did not have to live my life, but I certainly hope you can learn something from it. As always, thank you so much for visiting The Other Half.